What's poppin', fam bam? What's good? Peace to the CGG in the building. Peace to the righteous gods and the body and goddesses. It's your little brother, Prince Judah Vaughn. We back at it again. You feel me? We're gonna do a little rap session tonight. Let's work. Y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel. Share the live out with the family, with the friends, with the creative gangs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody chime on in, come on in. Let's rap a little bit, man. We're gonna chop it up a little bit. Peace to the Bronze Yoke Report. My bro in the building. You already know, buddy. You know, I made this beat right here. Y'all don't know Bronze is the producer in the building, in the creative gang. You feel me? We got a couple producers out here making hot fire in the name of the creator. Yeah, I made this track right here. We're gonna get into some Owaski in a second, y'all. Yeah. Yes, sir. Y'all share the live out, man. Let people know we live, yo. Creative gang in the building. We're gonna get it cracking. Yeah, y'all. We about to get into this book of Eskra. We're gonna talk a little bit today, man. I just was encouraged. I really was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I've been working a lot for the past couple of weeks, hustling, man, trying to get my entrepreneurship off the ground and take on more responsibility in my own business. You feel me? So I was inspired when I was reading through the book of Eskra when it came to the concept of work and the type of work men and women choose. But this book of Eskra and Owaski is so cold-blooded because it's literally in the first couple of chapters, the first 7 chapters is dealing with the true God establishing a heavenly plateau in the heavens of the earth. He's literally building a heavenly kingdom from ground up. You feel me? And it talks about a lot of stuff. I'm going to read through chapter 8 because that's where I was focused on today. And then we might double back and check out what else is in the book too. Might do a little review. If anybody want to come through and chop it up with your little bro, let's get it. Y'all share the live out. You feel me? Like, share, send it to the family, send it to the creative gang. We're going to get into this, all right? Let me turn this down. I don't know if the music is too loud or not. We'll take it down just a little taste. Peace to everybody in the chat. My brother Bronze in the building. All right, let's get it in. All right. Let's put this. I want to make this full screen. By the way, y'all see my brother Bronze in the building. He got a YouTube channel. Y'all should, anybody listening to this live, y'all know I rock with an organic body of faithist called the Creative Gang. And we out here spreading, you know, light, love, truth, wisdom, music, artistry, love. You know what I'm saying? Just good men and women in this fellowship of faithists. And my brother Bronze got a YouTube channel. Y'all need to check it out. Bronze, if you can, drop the name of your YouTube channel. I know it's you and I think it's the Bronze Yoke Report, but I know y'all got a new one, you and Yare. So yeah, drop that in there. I'm gonna share it out to the people. And then y'all already know Kosmon Cal, Selah Shalom, Malachi Maccabee, Honor and Humility, STL TV. Creative Gang, we get it in. Um, my brother Daryl Kosmon as well got a channel. Those are the four horsemen of the gang. Feel me? So if y'all want to learn more about Owaspi, the Owaspi Bible, or the Kosmon era, um, spiritual practicality, you feel what I'm saying? What happens when you die? All that stuff. We dive into that in the Creative Gang, and we come from all walks of life. We got niggas that was Muslims, people that came from the Indian route, Christians, Hebrew Israelites, you name it. You feel what I'm saying? The family of faithists that we rock with, called the Creative Gang, is solid brothers and sisters, man. We keep it real first. You dig what I'm talking about? So yeah, I just wanted to get that little intro where y'all can find us at Creative Gang TV online. Obviously, you can follow me, Prince Judavon Cosmon, and then Cosmon Cal, Selah Shalom, Cosmon Cal TV, Selah Shalom TV, Malachi Maccabee over at Honor and Humility STL. These is all avenues where y'all can get this information coming from real ones. You feel what I'm saying? Not people just out here hating on the book, but people studying like myself. And we're going to share the light with y'all. There we go. I was trying to make sure my face was still on the screen so y'all can see my handsomeness. No, all right. We're going to get into this book of Eskra. Like I said, y'all share the live out. I think I did enough preliminary talking. We 9 minutes in. So let's get it in. All right. Oh, my Ima in the house. You already know my Ima always been better than your Ima. Mahalia is in the building. She always support the Creative Gang. Big love, big light, big wisdom and peace coming from her. Always. Love you, Ima. Peace to you. All right, let's get into this. Owaspi chapter 8. All right. Let me make it bigger so I can see it on my screen. What I do, I always do this. Give me 1 second till I pull this back up. Share screen. All right, y'all can see that. If y'all can see that, drop a vortex in the chat. We're gonna get it popping. Y'all can see the book of Eskra, chapter 8 on the screen. We about to get it cracking. Y'all see that? Drop a vortex or one in the chat if y'all can see what's on the screen, family, so we can get rolling. Oh, peace to my brother Yaquab Israel. Big bro salute, man. Good to have you in the chat. If y'all read the description of this video, y'all kind of see what sparked it. But I was, I'm an entrepreneur. I got my own company, construction company. So I was just kind of figuring out what kind of work I want to do. I got a couple things I do. I'm a musician. I'm a massage therapist. I got a construction company. So I feel like there's something else I'm missing too. But yeah, so I was just thinking about work. So I found this chapter in Owaspi and wanted to get into it. So let's start right now. All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. Y'all can see it on the screen, so let's go. May this be for the benefit of all mortals and angels in S, as we all continue to do our best to shed love, light, and harmony with each other. In the name of the one ever present. Let's get it. Owaspi, Sky Earth Spirit. Book of Eskra, chapter 8. And it reads, Jehovah said, I gave man legs and feet to walk, and arms and hands to work, eyes to see, and ears to hear, as well as the capacity to reflect, comprehend, and understand. Read that again. Creator said, I gave man legs and feet to walk, arms and hands to work, eyes to see, ears to hear, as well as the capacity to reflect and comprehend and understand. I gave none of these capacities to man to lie dormant or to be useless. No, I gave none of them to lie dormant or be useless, nor can any man advance to my highest kingdoms if crippled or weak or uncultivated in all or in part of these talents that I gave him or that I have given him. Verse 3. But he shall be perfected in all particulars before he is capacitated for companionship with my exalted one. He shall be perfected in all particulars, in all of his talents or her talents, before he or she is capacitated for companionship with my exalted ones. That's the Ethereal angels, right? In the emancipated heavens. There's a note here. If y'all check this note out, it says 1118. And if you go right over here to the sidebar, in the margin, it says, note regarding mortals who have deformed, injured, defective, undeveloped, or missing body parts, that after such mortals die and enter heaven, their deficiencies or deformities have opportunity to what? Regenerate and grow healthy in their what? In their spiritual form or their spiritual bodies, till they become fully operational and perfectly developed. Same with spiritual deficiencies and spiritual diseases. A person ultimately overcomes these and rises in wisdom toward mature ripeness. Yo, that's fire, cuz. So we didn't really comprehend prior to Owaspi the manner that Creator has for, you know, those people who can't work, who are deformed, who are what they call it disabled, right? Underdeveloped or missing body parts. Did you know that according to the Owaspi, that after you die, if you had deformities and deficiencies and abnormalities that prevented you to be able to be perfectly developed as a mortal, when you receive your spiritual form, you now have the opportunity to overcome those things and become mature and full in your development. You feel what I'm saying? So a child that's born with Down syndrome, who's incapacitated physically, when they cross over in spirit, they can develop those physical or regenerate those parts of their bodies that were defective. That's fire. And in a lot of ways, in a lot of ways, yo, you can actually do that even in mortality in a lot of ways, depending on your spiritual power or your abilities to understand spiritual things. Because you're a spirit before you're a flesh. You feel me? But you got to learn and develop in all things. So let's read verse 4. If y'all get some understanding of what I just said, I want to go too fast. We're talking about why we have legs and feet, why we got arms and hands and eyes to see and all these things in the development of our talents that the creator gave us. All right. Like I said, I got a talent to be able to build and to be able to even heal through touch, right? I got the talent to play music. And many of us in this chat all have talents that the creator has given us that we can use to benefit ourselves and benefit others. We're gonna keep reading because there's a lot of light in here. Um, all right, verse 4. Hold on, let me check the chat real quick. Let me check the chat. Oh yeah, she said that's awesome. I'll salute to my bro. You feel me? To the Cali Connect himself, Dreadful Kosmon. Bless up, gang in this thing. You feel me? Yes, sir. We in there. All right, y'all getting some understanding. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Uh, Let me go back. All right. Verse 4 here now. Owaspi, book of Eskra, chapter 8, verse 4. The Lord, right? The Lord said, it matters little what kind of workmanship a man does. For one may till the soil and thus train his hands and his arms to full development, and another may weave or spin or forge iron and also attain full development. It is not the kind of labor, but the development that comes from useful practice, which makes every talent stand upright in heaven as a glory to the Creator. So it don't matter what you do. It don't matter. It matters little what you choose as an occupation. What matters is how you develop as a spiritual man and how your physical body is trained and developed through the practice of whatever job you choose, whatever talent you choose to focus on that you've been given, because we all been given many talents. See, one of my problems as an entrepreneur is being able to figure out exactly what I want to focus on every day in order to benefit myself, enjoy it, and be able to help others and make a little money, you feel what I'm saying, and to take care of my family. I got so many things that I want to do. I'm a Gemini too, so Gemini's got that energy kind of bad where we want to do it all. I want to be an actor. I want to be a singer. I want to be a dancer. I want to be a cook. I want to be a firefighter. It's all kind of stuff Geminis love to do. But the Creator is telling you, look, I gave you all them talents, and it don't matter which one that you choose. What matters is, let me read this verse again, verse 4. The Lord said, it matters little what kind of workmanship a man does. For one may till the soil, be a farmer. Another train his hands and arms, and thus trains his hands and his arms to full development, and his spirit as well, obviously, right? Another person may become a seamstress or whatever job you do, it don't matter. It's not the kind of labor, but the development that comes from the practice, the useful practice, all right? All praises, man. So y'all be what you want to be. Express yourself, make your money how you want to make it. Creator is behind whatever you do. Let's watch this. Verse 5 says, there are servants on earth who can neither read nor write, that are better developed in their talents and members than many of the rich folk, and the kings, and the philosophers. And when they die, these servants, when they die and enter my heavenly places, the ranks and the caste in my kingdom seem to be upside down. What you mean? The rich man, the king, and the pleader, the lawyer, the priest, and the philosopher, they may be like helpless children, while he who was a pauper, a poor man on earth, may be like a very God over them to lift them up. So just because a person got rich or got money or is a king or whatever, it don't mean that in the heavenly kingdoms that they'll be elevated just because of their status. You can have a poor person who ain't never even learned how to read or write, but his talents he's cultivated or she's cultivated to their highest capacity. And when they rise in spirit beyond mortality into the kingdoms of Jehovah, they're going to be tripping. Everybody going to be tripping like, damn, this man was rich his whole life and had businesses, and like Donald Trump, right? You got all these Trump towers and all this stuff, but your spiritual grade is lower than snail nuts, homie. You and Benjamin Netanyahu, some of the richest people on the planet, even Bill Gates, all of these people with money, but their spiritual grades are low. And guess who? Us po folk, like you and me out here hustling and trying to get it. But we understand Creator's ever present. We understand the character of the Creator is to serve others. So guess what? In doing such practice, in cultivating our talents through whatever work we choose, when we cross over, we're going to be a lot higher up than those people who we think are successful today on the earth. What does it say in verse 5 again? For there are servants on earth who neither read nor write, that are better developed in their talents and members than many of the rich folk, and the kings and the philosophers, yo. And when they die and they enter my heavenly places, the ranks and the castes of my kingdom seem to be upside down. The rich man, the king, and the pleader, the lawyer, the priest, and the philosopher may be like helpless children. They don't know up from down, left from right. And while the pauper, the poor man, may be like a very God over them, not to oppress them, not to war with them or make them feel less than. Nah, the only reason why these poor folk became very gods was to lift them up. So guess whose job is going to be to teach Donald Trump? You can't drop bombs on people, bro. We gotta lift you up to a higher level than that. That's our job. They in positions of power today, right now on the earth, wrapped up in mortality. But once we exit mortality and graduate in spirit, trust me, we're gonna be teaching them how to forgive each other because they never practiced it. See, we practice that every day. People talk crazy to me every day. You know what I'm saying? Be the closest people to you. But for some reason, there's always something in me that finds peace enough to lift them up. You feel me? That's all of us who are in the creative gang. We ain't out here trying to tear y'all down. Nah, you bring them, we raise them. Creative gang. No gods, no lords, no saviors in worship, but we are only here to lift each other and serve each other. All right? All right, let's jump down to verse 7, and we almost done with this chapter. In the heaven, neither is there preference to the rich nor the poor, nor to the philosopher is there preference, nor to the fool. For any of these may be stunted in some talent or part, while also any of these may be most perfect, a most perfect man or woman in spirit. So there's no preference in the heavens. Everybody can be stunted in some part or have problems with this or that in talent, whatever. But then also, many may be perfect men and women. You have attained to spiritual elevation, graduation, resurrection. You feel what I'm saying? So through his high raised officers, and this is what I was saying earlier. This is the last verse, verse 8. But in this first part of the book of Eskra, when you read the first 7 chapters, you're going to see the true God of this time period. He's building a heavenly kingdom in real time, establishing roadways and hospitals and places of recreation. He's establishing a whole righteous kingdom on the earth. In this last part, verse 8, it shows you that through the true God, through his high raised officers, God established heavenly schools, colleges, factories. This is all right above our heads in the atmosphere that we call heaven. We in just the lowest part of it, touching the earth, which is formerly called Hada or Hades, aka hell. You don't gotta be scared of hell. You there now. Take a deep breath, breathe it in. We in the lower heavens as we speak. But guess what? So does the truest God and true goddesses have system and order established for us when we cross over. It ain't just a barren waste place in the heavens above our heads, y'all. We know this as faith is. But look at it. Verse 8 again says, so through his high raised officers, the true God established heavenly schools, colleges, factories, adapted to the spirits of the dead, even as similar places are established on the earth for mortals. So in the high raised heavens, right above our heads, there's system and order in place. As above, so below. We got officers on earth that establish schools, right? We got district leaders and educators who establish schools on earth. Guess what? If that's your capacity, if that's your job on earth, when you get to heaven, you got heavenly schools to establish there too. We got to develop curriculum for the spirits of the dead. You feel me? Colleges, higher learning, It don't stop. School never stops. We just in kindergarten on the earth right now as mortals, but it don't stop, yo. We're gonna be learning with the Creator, who is all knowledge. There's only one who is all knowledge. There's no God, no Lord, no angel in no heavens or on the earth that can call themselves all knowledge, which is the term that some people use for Christ or Allah or Buddha. Those names all have to do with the capacity to know all things. But there is only one who is all knowledge, and that's the Great Spirit, the Creator, who is ever present with all of us, right? So, all praises to the one Great Spirit who sets up the true gods and the true goddesses to establish heavenly schools, colleges, factories. There's industry in the heavens, right? And all of these things are adapted to the spirits of the dead, even as similar places are adapted on earth for mortals. So just like you got the elementary school for the elementary kids, they're adapted to that level of understanding and information, right? Same with us. We cross over. Wherever you cross over to that level of heaven, you're gonna be adapted to your level. Okay, so let me back up a little bit and let me check the chat. Peace, love, and light to the fam bam. Oh, I still got my boy up here on the Yafa, my beloved sister in the building. You know, we out here still working, sis. She came out to South Carolina and kicked it with your brother for a little bit. She went to work with me and my pops, man, had a great time. But that's what we talking about today, man. We got hands and feet given to us by the Creator. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Salute to everybody in the building, man. We chilling out. Let me get back over here. Um, I was gonna go back up a little bit in the book of Eskra. So let me do that. Figure out why y'all can't hear me. Y'all still can't hear me, huh? It's showing my mic is making noise. Hold on. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Y'all can't hear me, yo. Y'all hear me now? Y'all hear me now? Check, check, mic check, 1, 2. It's good now? Okay, okay. I don't know what that was. All right, cool. All praises, all praises. We good, we good. All right, that's what's up. All right, let's get back over here. Um, let's just jump into it. Chapter 1, Book of Eskra. This is a Book of Eskra and Owaski. If y'all ain't got one, you better get you one because it's fire. All right, let's get it. God said, "This book shall be called Eskra." Why? Because it is the history of the heavenly cycle of bond. It shall contain the substance of the heavenly records of 3,000 years of the first regions of the resurrection of the dead. My words are not of the earth, but of heaven. We got a footnote. Let's pause for the footnote. 1108 says Eskra is the sacred history from the time of Moses. I heard somebody say, was Moses a real person? Yes, he was. All right. Eskra is the sacred history from the time of Moses, Capilia, and Chini, which is 1550 BCE, and it brings it down to 400 years ago, which is 1450 BCE. As a matter of course, it covers the history of the four great, or i.e., dominant religions. You see that? This book right here covers the history of the four great dominant religions: Brahmanism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Mohammedanism. The history of the final 400 years of the cycle bond are given in the book of Es, which follows this book of Eskra. Thus, 3,000 years, Eskra plus 4,000 years, Es equals 3,400 years for the entire cycle of bond. All right? So this book contains the history of these four dominant religions. Verse 2 says, the history of the earth you already know. Therefore, I reveal things to you that you do not know of. Profit from these revelations understandingly. For my heavenly kingdoms will presently be your habitation. Presently, today, right now. As it has been revealed to you already in regard to the succession of the God and the periods of Dan, or light, and the divisions of the higher from the lower heavens, it is sufficient for you to know that whatsoever is given of God is of him who is Jehovah's voice, without regard to which administration or which God. And to know also that the heaven referred to in Eskra is not of the higher heavens, etheria, but atmospheria, which heavens travel with the earth around the sun, which heavens were called the lower heavens by the ancients, and by some the intermediate world, okay, through which heavens all souls must pass, being first purified and risen in wisdom before they can inherit the emancipated worlds in Etheria. Paul. So we talking about the lower heavens. This book ain't dealing with the higher heavens of Etheria. This particular book of Eskra is dealing with the atmosphere that wraps around and travels with our earth. That means that the air, the heavens right above our head, that's what this book is dealing with, the lower heavens, not Etheria. All right? We got some understanding on that. Where does it say that? And to know also that the heavens referred to in Eskra is not of the higher heavens, Etheria, but atmospheria, our atmosphere, which heavens travel with the earth. That's our atmosphere. It's connected to our earth. That's where all the spirits of the dead are, right above our heads and around us on the ground, all the way up to the top of our vortex, our earth's atmosphere. Those are the heavens, the organic heavens, where your spirit will go as soon as you come up out this body. All right. These heavens were called the lower heavens by the ancients, and by some, the intermediate world, the world between Etheria, the higher emancipated heaven, and the mortal earth. All right. That's the intermediate world. That's the atmosphere. All right. What does it say? Through which heavens, which is our atmosphere, all souls must pass. That's the system and order in place. You got to come out your body and then go up through the atmosphere, the organic heavens. All souls must pass, being first purified. Uh-oh. That means you don't just go there because you believe in the blood of Jesus or the sacrifice of some lamb. No. You have to be purified first and then risen in wisdom before you ain't going up to the emancipated heavens foolish. No, you got to rise in what? Wisdom. Got to be smart before you can graduate and inherit the emancipated worlds in the Etherean heavens, which are beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Does that make sense? If y'all get some understanding on that, drop a vortex if that makes sense. Drop a little bit of vortex and current on your little bro. If what I just said about the higher and lower heavens makes sense in this book of Eskra. I wish I had, and I probably could pull it. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this. Watch this. Hold on. All right, let's take it to the Kenny. Let's take it to the classroom real quick. Let's take it to an objective visual. See if we can find a good picture. The objective reality of the heavens of the earth. Okay, let me show y'all this. Can y'all see this? Go back over here. Boom. Share screen. Oh, wait. Hold on. Screen share. Bam. Share that thing. Are y'all see these? All these pictures. Oh, this is a dope one. I like this. All right. So this, my brothers and my sisters, salute to the righteous gods and Nirvanian goddesses. This is. Oh wait, I'm showing the wrong picture. Hold on. Let me try this one more time. Wait. Hold on. Bear with me real quick, y'all. I'm about to switch this out. I'm trying to stop screen share, switch the screen to to this one. Where's it at? Oh, yeah. All right. Y'all see that? Oh, y'all not seeing it. There it is. Okay. All right. We got an objective visual now of what we are in OSP have learned to be the higher, the lower heavens wrapping around the earth. Not etheria. This is just our atmosphere that wraps around the earth. This is where all the spirits of the dead are. All your grandparents and aunties and everybody who passed on, sons, daughters, friends, all of their spirits have for the most part entered the first resurrection. All right. You got the first resurrection, second resurrection, third resurrection, and then the graduation off out of the womb of the earth into the emancipated heavens of Etheria. Um, and that station is established based on your spiritual grade. I could pull that up in Oospi in a second. But if y'all see that these layers of atmosphere that we call the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, the exosphere, these levels of atmosphere are literally the lower heavens or the intermediate heavens before your spirit gets up out of the womb and is birthed into Ethereum. Every soul has to transfer through the atmosphere before you can get into Ethereum. You got to elevate through wisdom, right? And good works and service done unto others. That's true worship to the Creator, by the way. So now we got a picture of where heaven is. Y'all send some vortexes if y'all get some understanding of where heaven is. When somebody asks you where your grandmama at, where's her spirit at right now? It residing in the kingdoms that exist in this atmosphere that wraps around the earth. Y'all get some understanding, man. Drop a vortex for your little bro. Drop a 1 in the chat. Feel me? Y'all share the live out, man. Y'all like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. We in here trying to share some light about where heaven is, what's going on in the unseen realities in a practical way. Feel me? So let me get back to this. Oh, let me see it. Yeah, it won't let me share my screen. I gotta keep taking it down and putting it back up every. I hope y'all getting some understanding, man. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Yeah, let me get back to this. Oh. Y'all still hear me all right? All right, we back. All right, cool. So I showed y'all, I hope y'all understood what I said, but I showed y'all the atmospheric layers of Earth, and that is where the soul, all the souls must pass. All the souls of the dead must pass through the atmosphere of the earth, which we call the heaven, being first purified and risen in wisdom before they can inherit the emancipated worlds in Etheria. Etheria is just beyond our Earth's vortex. All right. Verse 4 states, nor are these my revelations to mortals only, Creator said, but billions of the spirits of the dead who do not know the plan of the resurrection to higher heaven, but who wander about on the earth. not even knowing the organizations of the kingdoms in my lowest heavens, whom I reach by coming to mortals and to the places on the earth where they abide. For many of these angels believe the heavens to be like an unorganized wilderness, void of government and instructions and discipline. And by their virtue, and by virtue of their presence with mortals, through though invisible to them, we can't see the spirits of the dead with our natural eyes, but by virtue of their presence with mortals, through though invisible to us, do inspire mortals with the same darkness to believe that there is no higher heavens, right? That it's just unorganized over there in the spirit world. Those angels with that low grade, though invisible to us mortals, do inspire us to believe and think in that same dark way, from which mortals have concluded, through that inspiration, mortals have concluded that there are neither lords nor gods who are Jehovah's high raised officers in these kingdoms. So these spirits, these low grade spirits, they don't even know nothing about the Creator's system in order for resurrection to the higher heavens. They don't even, a lot of people, if you die stupid, you're going to enter into the first resurrection just as dumb. That's why in order to rise up, you have to attain to wisdom. You got to learn what the heck is going on. The Creator got a system in order established that most people don't even understand. And they've died not understanding it. So they're still bound to the lower heavens, inspiring other angels and spirits and mortals. Even though we can't see these niggas, they still inspiring us to think that there's nothing higher. It's just you YOLO, homie, you live one time. There ain't nothing higher than earth. You might as well enjoy this shit. And then when you die, they still thinking the same way. But I'm here to tell y'all, and the Creator Gang is here to tell y'all that there's a system and order in place. We can glean this light from a wasp, whether you believe it or not. The system and order is here that I'm presenting. Is here. At least you're aware of it. You ain't got to believe it. But there are a system and order in place that even some of the spirits of the dead that haven't even learned yet. All right, let me show this. Let me read this again. Let me go back to verse 5. I ain't gonna go back up. I'm gonna keep going. Verse 7. Again. And by virtue of these low-grade spirits' presence with mortals, though invisible to them, they do inspire mortals with the same foolish darkness, from which mortals have concluded, I conclude that there are neither lords nor gods, whose are Jehovah's high-raised officers in these kingdoms. There's none of that. These matters shall be set forth in brief in Eskra. We're going to talk about it briefly. The fullness of which shall be open to mortals and angels in time near at hand. We're going to get all the way to the bottom of it in the very near time at hand. You feel me? For they shall see and read the books in the libraries of these heavens. What? And learn to know of their own knowledge. Oh, you going to learn today? We're going to send you the books from heaven's libraries. Oh, guess what? Owaspy is one of them. It's probably countless, I'm sure. But we know we got Owaspy. That's a book written from the libraries in the heaven. From righteous angels. Based on what we read, not what we believe. We ain't read nothing evil in here yet. Since I've been reading this, the Creator told us that we got hands and feet to work. He gave us hella talents, not to lie dormant, but to be practiced every day so you can improve yourself. That's positive. That's a benefit. Nothing evil so far. We learned that there's system and order, even to the point of establishing libraries and schools and factories and colleges right above our heads in the unseen atmosphere that we call heaven. When people say that they believe, these people in church every Sunday. Trust me, I play guitar in church. They in there every Sunday. But they don't have no idea of the system and order in place when they cross over. This book of Eskra in the first chapter, it tells us is written so that we can see and hear the heavens of Jehovah immortality today, right now. That's heavy work. Let me keep pushing. I know we cooking. I hope y'all following with your little brother. We almost through chapter 1. Book of Eskra, OSP. Chapter 1, verse 9, the last verse. Therefore, the light of this book of Eskra is not of one God or one Lord or one recording angel who are constantly succeeding one another, but of the body of the first heavens of the earth for the greater part of this cycle, which is now at the close. All right, chapter 2, Eskra. God, son of Jehovah, said, y'all remember, God is Jehovah's son. God and Jehovah are not the same one. You gonna be a god or a goddess in time to come. You feel me? Build yourself up. All right, let's get it. God, the son of Jehovah, said, give ear, O earth. Everybody on the earth, listen, and be attentive to the words of Jehovah's son. And you mortals of the earth, for I have said, the time shall surely come when all things shall be revealed to the inhabitants of earth. Yeah, it's gonna come a time when you're gonna get it all. Be patient and wise in understanding me. My words are for your resurrection forever and for the glory of myself. No, he didn't say that. He said for the glory of the Creator. See, God in the Bible wants you to praise him. But no God is worthy of praise or worship in the sense of being the creator, because they're simply not the same. The creator is everywhere present right now today, giving us all life, and you can't point to him. Hold on, let me go get my charger real quick, y'all. I'm gonna get my charger for this laptop. Hold on. All right, I have to hurry up for this dog will die. Don't die on me. Stay with me. All right, we powered up. We locked in. All right, let's get it. Let me make sure the chat's still stable. Y'all still hear me? Y'all still good? Fort Texas on the 1 already. We in there. All right, let's keep pumping. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. All right. So where we at? Yeah. All things gonna be revealed. All things shall be. Let me just start from verse 1 again and run down real quick. Chapter 2, Eskra. God, son of Jehovah, said, give ear, O earth, and be attentive to the words of Jehovah's son. And you mortals of the earth, for I have said, the time shall surely come, when all things shall be revealed to the inhabitants of earth. That's dope to know. Just be patient and wise in understanding me. My words are for your resurrection forever. I'm never trying to tear you down. My words are for your resurrection always. That's a true God talking. See, a false God tell you something crazy, like if you don't listen to me, I'll destroy you and put you in a lake of fire forever. Declenching forever. Nah, the true God say, look, my words are for your resurrection, little brother, for always. And for the glory of the Creator, not for myself. Don't worship me. Worship the Creator only. All right? I'm ad-libbing, but you feel me. All right, verse 4. And you angels, so I talk to the mortals, y'all be patient. It's going to come a time where y'all going to get it. And you angels, draw near, for I will reveal to you that which is for your own good. My many kingdoms shall be opened up to you, up to your understanding also. And you, my high raised lords and officers of heaven, call up your hosts from far and near. Hear the words of your God. Call up the mighty ones of Yogana Akatra and the inhabitants of Theophrakistan and Hibin, the successor of Usamis, of the six heavens of Usadispe, Tela Walla Walla, CT Song, Goedi, Elapube, Apak, and Fu, and call up the successors of Hebin and the primal gods under him, and the six mighty heavens, and Ong Wu, the successor of Anu Hasaj, and the heavenly regions of Aegean forest, purposed with her 12 heavenly kingdoms. Who was that? Whoever this goddess is got 12 heavenly kingdoms. The places of Negath, Ogan, Shumat, Thorokak, Insis, Hapaga, Habor, Amga, Mogasa, Diwan, Sephakostrus, in Nubil, Mara, all y'all, to all their primal gods and generals and captains, and to so obviously he's sending out a call. Everybody gather together. I don't want to get caught up in reading all of these names, but I'm gonna keep going. But he gathering all the righteous high lords and gods, right? They gathering them all together. Um, to Usalithith, successor to Osiris, of Vigin, Yana, and to Raxia, successors of Tien, of Ovella, and to Yadonia, successor of Sudga, of Tempsis, of Tempistiv, sorry about that, and to Yima, successor of Egypt, and Rathyaya, to Hydemes, successor of Shuwan, Lu, Wahayotos, and to their primal gods and successors, and to their generals and captains, and to Zuban, successor of the line of Yantante, salute, with her 12 subjective heavens, 12 of them. The Fiscador, Wolu, Yam Yam, Kariro, Wanahogan, Rayax, Guinea Shiwane, Wishoga, Patomat, Patomata, Shiwase, and Muscadayan, right? And to their primal gods and successors, and to their generals and captains. You see, all of these kingdoms are being set up in the heavens right around our head. All these gods and lords and generals and captains are established in their kingdoms right above our heads in the atmosphere. We just can't see them. But everybody in churches and holding Bibles and holding Qurans and spiritual texts, everybody believed that their book came from angels from an unseen place, which is called heaven, which is our atmosphere. You didn't know, practically speaking. All right. So let's keep going. So we inviting all of these gods and goddesses to this to give ear to what God is saying. All right. To their primal gods and their successors and generals and their captains, and to Pisadamo, successor of Savakaratra, of the heavenly place, Josiama, with her again. You see all these goddesses? Her 18. And the number just keep getting bigger and bigger. First it was 6, then it was 12. Now her 18 heavenly kingdom. Yan, Lucin, Kad, Rum, Jasek, Solomon, Ressa, Nibakak, Hizep, Sakar, Sin Kong, Rim Thaxax, Avardiza, Keza Drone Nakas, Huey, Kama, Sakon, Newly Wing. You know what I'm saying? All of these are heavenly kingdoms. Y'all see that? These is a female goddess's heavenly kingdom. There's 18 listed in these heavenly kingdoms. And they got primal gods and successors to their generals and to their generals and captains. All right, verse 16, finally to the end. That was a long list. All of these are gods and goddesses that run kingdoms. The true God of the earth is calling them, what do you say? Give ear. Listen. And you, my high race, lords and officers of heaven, call up your host from far and near. Hear the words of your God. Call up the mighty ones. And we just read all of these mighty ones, these angels, gods and goddesses, their successors and their captains and generals. That's what the true God announced, and that's what they did. Verse 16. And to all other gods of the heavenly regions of atmospheria, that's our atmosphere, the Hada of the earth. Hada is the term that we are familiar with more so with Hades, which is the lowest part of the heavens, or aka hell. So the true God calls out to all other gods of the heavenly regions of atmospheria, the lower heavens of the earth, the Hada of the earth, quote unquote, and to their successors and the generals and captains, and to the heavenly Hadan regions of Sheogan, with her 28 sub-kingdoms, and to the heavenly Hadan regions of Gichiwan, with her 40 sub-kingdoms. Oh, I think he's saying her because of the kingdom. He's just calling the kingdoms feminine. I don't think each one of these is a female goddess, but there are tons and tons of female goddesses here, right? Matter of fact, look, it says, with her 44 sub-kingdoms and their exalted officers and teachers, heavenly sons and daughters of Jehovah, the Great Spirit. These are exalted officers and teachers, heavenly sons and daughters of the Great Spirit. So the Creator has a place for women. His daughters are exalted much more higher in most cases than the men are. Matter of fact, the highest raised angel to ever come to our planet, according to the book of Oahspe, was a woman. And FYI, the current God reigning on our earth today is not a god, but it's a female goddess by the name of Shestivi Antithotis, the Antithotes, meaning the lawgiver, if you will, the one operating the will of Jehovah on the earth today, is a female goddess. They're gonna be mad at me in the Hebrew camps. Woman, you sit there and be quiet. You ain't no goddess. You think you is Astaroth? I can hear these niggas now. All right, let's keep pushing though. If y'all get some understanding with your little brother, y'all rocking with me, man, just let me know it's all good. I appreciate the encouragement. You feel me? Let's keep pushing though. We in here, how long we been in here? An hour and 8 minutes. I've been trying to get my lives a little bit more longer, you feel me? Because I'm inspired by my big bros. They be going 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, let me get my weight up. Let me get my stamina up a little bit. All right. So let's get back to this. Look at Eskra, chapter 2. And to the plateau of Narid in the second resurrection. Oh, snap. We know the first resurrection. Second resurrection is a little bit higher than the first. It's like going from kindergarten, you feel me, to grammar school, to middle school, to high school, to college. Every resurrection is a graduation, if you will. All right, so the second resurrection, let's just say that's high school for now. And to the plateau of Narid in the second resurrection, with her 200 heavenly kingdoms and their gods, generals, captains, and high teachers, sons, and daughters of Jehovah. Hold on. All right. Hmm. Y'all know I'm lying. What y'all call me for? Okay. Into the plateau of Yakaba, 2,000 miles high, with her 600 heavenly kingdoms, woo, and their lords and high officers. Into the plateau of Yanirub, of Yanurib, 2,100 miles high. Stop. I wasn't even focused on that part till just now. It tells you how high up these heavens are. Specifically, 200,000 miles high. Y'all see that? And to the plateau of Yaqaba, 2,000 miles high, with her 600 heavenly kingdoms and their gods and high raised officers. To the plateau of Yanirib, 2,100 miles high, with her 400 heavenly kingdoms and their gods and high officers. And the seven plateaus of Hava Gamatris, with her 2,000 heavenly kingdoms in their high raised officers. Look, I remember when I was first reading this, the first time I ever read this, bro, I was tripping out. It was literally like the kingdom of heaven became open to me. I was able to really understand like what's going on in the atmosphere right above my head, man. There's kingdoms. You see how many kingdoms we're reading about? 2,000 miles up in the atmosphere right above our heads. It's stuff going on. It's gods and man, that shit is so tight. I don't know what y'all been on, man. If y'all ain't been on this, I don't know what you been on, yo. This is fire. In this verse 21, in the six plateaus of Ragaoman, with their 1,400 heavenly kingdoms and their gods and high officers, and the 14 plateaus of Gameu Maestra, however you pronounce that. But check this out. This plateau has 3,400 heavenly kingdoms. Y'all comprehend that? Earth. I don't know what happened. Hold on. What am I doing? Why can I get back to my verse 23? Book of Eskra, chapter 2, verse 23. O why speed, sky, earth, spirit, and to all other plateaus in the heavens of the earth, the atmospherian regions, and to the gods of all heavenly kingdoms in these lower heavens, the immediate world of the angels raised up out of the earth. God said, Jehovah called upon me, his son, saying, my son, call aloud in my name, with my voice stir up all these heavenly regions I have named. He just named them all. There's a lot of them. For my gods and high raised officers shall open to you their libraries of heavenly books, which shall yield up my treasures. I will make the angels of heaven know me and my word. They shall come together from their countless heavenly kingdoms and places, for my hand and my strong arm is upon them. The labors of my lower heavens shall be clothed. The labors of my lower heavens shall be clothed in mortal words. Woo. I like how he put that. Because there's some words mortals can't even understand. It's some sight so beautiful in the heavens. There's no mortal words to even describe the immensity of the beauty that is right above us. The angels wish they could tell us, like, man, I wish I could explain to this nigga How fire it is over here in these higher heavens. But there's no mortal words to explain them. But verse 26, a blessing when it says, the labors of my lower heaven shall be clothed in mortal words. So you can get it and hand it down to mortal. My gods and my primal gods and generals and captains shall uncover their proceedings before the heavens of the earth, and they shall come together and be as one man with one voice, and their words shall be my words, says Creator. For my prophets have proclaimed it abroad that the time would come when I would reveal all things to men, and things that were dark would be made plain, and things in the light made as heaven rejoice. Woo! Creator ain't playing. Chapter 3, Eskra, oh, I speak, sky, earth, spirit, hear my voice, O angels and mortals. The words of the heavens of the earth are my words, said Creator, orderly and well disciplined. No man can imitate me. Angels cannot counterfeit me. My words are from the fountain that never errs, never errs. Whoever sees my way cannot fail to understand. I do not quibble, nor do I beat about the bush. Pause. What does beat about the bush mean? To equivocate, to not come to the point, or to mislead or ramble, to evade. Creator said, no, I don't evade the question. I don't stall, I don't hedge. I fudge not. I give a straight answer. What he been saying this whole time? He gonna make it plain. He gonna give us a straight revelation so we can get it. Creator said, I don't quibble, nor beat about the bush. I'm not evading the question. Even lords and gods are as nothing in my hands, saith Creator. I trim them up. I prune their orchards in my own way. I sift and I weigh and assort, for I am Jehovah, the Almighty. I am the sum of the voice of all the lower heavens, the sum of it all. The doings of gods and high officers. That's fire, man. The person of the word of 3,000 years. My record shall be my record, and my record shall be the standard. Creator say, look, my record is the standard for mortals and angels for thousands of years to come. Other books and other words will be written and spoken, and they shall pass away and not be remembered by angels or men. But my words, the words of Eskra, will live and endure forever. Then God spoke. For I am his fountain of the tree of bond. I am his cycle of the great serpent Eskra. That's the spiritual record. And cannot die or go out of remembrance. I am as a link in a great cycle, the section of bond in the solar vortex specifically. During every cycle I come and speak, and my words are not like other words. I plant them on the low earth, and they take root and grow into a tree that reaches up into heaven. And the angels of heaven come there and gather my word, for they are the fruit of everlasting life and of resurrection of mortals and spirits of the dead. Give ear, O nations of the earth, and magnify your understanding for the wisdom of the Almighty. He does not single out one man or one God and say, behold him, judge me. Behold, by him, judge me and my works. Nor does he give the history of all the living in one book. That's crazy because the Hebrew Israelites feel like it's all in one book. Woo-wee. They got some learning to do. No. Creator don't give the history of all the living in just one book. The path or the pith, the importance, the essence, the substance, the core, the essential part, the gist, the substantiality, the strength, the vigor, the vitality, the meaningfulness, the pith of things is the unit sprung from all. Chapter 4, Eskra. Give ear, O man, and be wise in your judgment, of sure perception. Don't be guessing. Be sure and discern well, and of good discernment in the revelations of the word in the cycles past and present. For I summed up all the gods of the Hadar regions of the earth and all their high officers in the plateaus in their heavenly kingdoms, and I named them God. And in their dominions with mortals, I named them Lord. So in all the heavenly kingdoms, uh, the high raised officers in the kingdoms, right, named God. And in the dominions on the earth, they're named Lord, right? Lord is the land God, right? Lord is the lowest ranking angel in the hierarchy of angels. So most of y'all feel like the Lord, capital Lord, like you see here. Most of y'all who read Hebrew in the Torah would take that word and pull the Hebrew from behind it, which is the tetragrammaton, Yod Hey Vav Hey. And y'all say, see, that's the Lord. That's the creator. That's Jehovah. Nah, player. You've been duped by a false Lord, a land God, a landlord, a low-ranking angel. You've been duped by him to think that he's the creator of all. It's a pitiful thing. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Everybody gonna raise up in time. All things gonna be revealed. We just helping y'all along. We light years ahead of the game because we know this spiritual framework. We understand the system and order and the progression of man after mortality. Most of y'all in church and in Hebrew camps and in Bible have no idea. And y'all say it all the time. Because I'll be in these debate leagues. Sometimes I'll be listening in and chiming in. And you ask somebody, hey man, where your grandma at right now? What's she doing today? She passed on when? 2008. Where's she at in her spiritual progression? I don't know. I hope she's somewhere looking down on me right now. But I can't tell you. Nobody died yet. But then the creator tell us he gonna lead us into all truth. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't that the whole point? It's for him to lead us into truth. And that's what OSB is here to do. It's just more light on the understanding of the progression of our eternal life. Simple, man. All right, let's get back to it. For I summed up all the gods of the Hadan regions of the earth, all of them, and all their high officers in the plateaus and in their heavenly kingdoms. I just summed them all up and I named them God. So all of the system and the Divian Council, the governments of heaven, to mortals at this time they were just God, and in their dominions with mortals on the earth they were called Lord. System and order, plain as day. Lord God, Creator. All right, but there's nobody between you and the Creator. The Creator is direct to every individual on the planet. There is no God you got to pray to get to the Creator. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there are lords and gods that have assignments in the heavens, in the governments of heaven. All right, so let's keep going. In my past revelations on the earth, I made them as one in the past, namely God, so that I would not confuse the judgment of men. And all the heavenly places of the earth, which are the atmospherean heavens, which travel with the earth around the sun, I named Hada. What is Hada? We got the reference note right here, y'all. OSP is one of the dopest books, man, because it's not going to leave you confused. It's all kind of references through here. Hada, thus, in a general sense, refers to all of the atmosphere that wraps around our earth. Oh, shoot. Hada, in the general sense, refers to the entire atmosphere, the vortex of the earth. But as can be seen elsewhere in OSP, the OSP authors sometimes use the word Hada to refer specifically to the atmospheric plateaus that are resting on or very near to the ground. Or they refer to Hada as the heavens of darkness. Why? Because these angels in in these atmospheric lower heavens, they don't even know that there's a system and order in place, governments and factories and schools established for the resurrection of their souls. They have no idea. That's why they're in darkness. All right. So Hada is the atmosphere of the earth, more specifically, the plateaus that are resting on the earth. We're talking about, let me go back to this photo. Hold on real quick. Let me go back over here to this photo one time. Because we talking about 12 miles up in the area. We're not even talking about like miles high. Like we saw in one section of Owaspy, it said 2,000 miles up. Right? There was a heavenly kingdom 2,000 miles up in the air. But check this out. The Hada, the lower heavens, go about 12 miles up. So we die, if you say you die, you cross over to the lower heavens. Oh shoot. You're gonna be from the ground 12 miles up. That's about as high as you going. No higher. That's low, man. When you got kingdoms of heaven 2,000 miles up, if you station at 12 miles, bro, you got a long way to go. You feel what I'm saying? I was gonna show that picture. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Hold on. All right, so here we go. Y'all see this? Let me make sure y'all can see it. There we go. All right, so the troposphere, look at this. The troposphere is about 6 to 18 kilometers from the bottom of the ground to the top of the troposphere. 6 to 18 kilometers. That's the lowest section of the atmosphere touching the ground. From the ground, 18 kilometers tops is the lowest part of our atmosphere. That's for sure what they're referring to in Owaspy as the lowest heaven or Hada. Let's look at the stratosphere. The stratosphere is 50 to 60 kilometers high from the ground. These are the levels where the spirits of the dead are stationed. You feel me? So we trying to reach for a higher plateau. We saw a plateau, like I said, in Owaspy, book of Eskra, that was 2,000 miles above the ground. That's probably what, like somewhere up here in the mesosphere? You feel me? And the higher you get, the more peaceful and organized the heavens are. The more helpful and loving and peaceful, you feel me, that those angels in those kingdoms are. The closer to the earth, just like you have on the earth, chaos and dissension and wars and all this stuff on the planet, that only happens down here. That doesn't happen. The higher you get, the less of that you receive or you'll see or experience. All right, I hope that makes some sense. I hope that makes a lot of sense, because it sure makes sense to me now. I know I ain't I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but promise you I ain't slow. All right, let's get this back up. All love and light, fam bam. I just came on here to share a little bit of this light. Stop screen share and then re-screen share. And get back to this. Oh, you know. All right. Peace to everybody, man. I really appreciate y'all coming through. Thank y'all for sharing the live, kicking it with me for an hour and 30 minutes so far. You feel me? Let me share some love to the chat real quick. In the building. Salute, peace to the chat. from Mr. Johnny James 0117. And I already showed my boy your code. He understands what the Lord is. An angel that rules over mortals on the land. A landlord. You feel me? That's capital Lord, the lowest ranking angel. Salute to everybody in the family, man. I really appreciate y'all coming through, kicking it with your bro. Wait, what did your cub say? He said, dang, bro, every time I try to go and cook my food in the kitchen, you keep asking me to come back and tell you I can hear you. This radar can never get finished. Boy, enjoy your food, man. It's other people in the chat. You ain't gotta be running back and forth, bro. You better eat you something. That's funny, man. Peace. All right. Let's get back to it. All right, yeah, this is where he's at. Chapter 4, Eskra, OSP. And all of these heavenly places of the earth, the atmospherian heavens, which travel with the earth round the sun, I named Hada, the intermediate world, the lower heaven, through which none can pass to the ethereal heaven until when? Until purged of self. Until purged of self and made spotless, pure, and strong in spirit. You got to be strong in spirit. You got to be pure. You got to be a server of others and not selfish, but selfless. And may I say spotless. Indeed. Man. Of this Hadan heaven and of her gods and their labors, I made 2 words. God in heaven. And Eskra is their sermon. God in heaven, Eskra is the sermon, in which you nations of the earth and you angels of heaven shall profit in spirit, even as by past experience. The future becomes fortified in wisdom and strength. In which sermon all resurrection is of God, who is Jehovah's Son. But to distinguish from that which is of God, I named all who did not desire resurrection, but loved the earth more. I named all of them Satan. So if you love this lower realm of called Hada or earth more than you want to raise up to the ethereal heavens, the emancipated heavens, where there are pure spirits, what do we read? What you got to be? You got to be in these ethereal heavens. You got to be purged of self. So these, in order to get there, you can't be selfish. The spirits in ethereal, they already purged of self. They know how to work for others and be in harmony for the benefit of the all, not just the one self. Right? Those ethereal angels, they already figured it out. I got to work with my brothers and sisters. I got to help people. I can't just be about me. It don't work like that. That's not how Jehovah made this shit. I got to say, you know what? I know I want to do this, but let me go help my mom. You know what? I know I want this, but let me give it to my sister. You know what? I know I told them that I wasn't going to do this, but let me go ahead and do it for them because they really need it. That is the path of resurrection. And then you can become spotless by helping others and more pure and strengthen your spirit in good works. So those people are gods who do that, the true gods. But those who love earth more, Creator said, I called them Satan. And whoever loved evil and practiced it, I named Satan. And whoever combined as angels or mortals to make anarchy in the world, like Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu and all of the false gods that they're inspired by, I named them evil workers for hell. Got to be more careful. As God in heaven, this is one of the first verses Daryl Kosmon told me to memorize. Salute to my big brother Whirlwind, Daryl Kosmon, the Robert McCall of the Four Horsemen. My big bro said, man, memorize this verse right here. Y'all do the same thing. Remember this verse. The book of Eskra, OSB, chapter 4, verse 6. Put this in your heart. As God and heaven are of the resurrection, so are Satan, hell, and the devil of the declension. And all men on earth and all spirits of the dead belong to one or the other, resurrection or declension. It's only two paths. Either you're rising up or you're declining. I mean, I guess you could probably plateau, but at the end of the day, you gotta have to go back up or you're gonna go down. You can't just stay level. You see what I'm saying? So you a god, a goddess in training. I'm a god in training. My daughters is princess goddesses in training, which means that they're on a path. We're on a path of resurrection to learn to be selfless, to learn to serve others, right? That's what we're here to do. But guess what? If you're not doing that, then you're an evil worker for hell. It's only two ways. All men of the earth. Let me read it because this is a memory verse. This is one of my memory verses that Daryl Kosmon gave me a while ago, and I memorized it. As God in heaven are of the resurrection, so are Satan and hell and the devil of the declension. And all men on earth and all spirits of the dead belong to one or the other, resurrection or declension. None can stand still. That's what I was just saying. You can't just stand still. All the living are on the move forever. Jehovah is life, motion, individual, person, in proof of which he gave you life, motion, individuality, and person. And to develop these four entities is resurrection toward him more and more, which is heavenly. And to neglect them or pervert them is to go away from him, which is declension, plain and simple, which can lead to entire destruction. No man can be life for another, nor motion, nor individuality, nor person for another. For himself and to himself, Jehovah has created man with these. Nor can any of the gods, however exalted, give or take any of these things. For even though the highest raised angels may attain to turn the whole earth over, or to dissolve it in the air of the firmament, or to create a new earth, yet none of these can create life or the motion or an individual or a person. These are from Jehovah the Creator, and in him. And all angels, gods, lords, generals, captains, chiefs in heaven are only the brothers and sisters of both mortals and the spirits of the dead. Stop. All angels, gods, lords, generals, captains, and chiefs in heaven are only brothers and sisters of both mortals and spirits of the dead. Y'all got to know that. God is your brother. The Lord is your sister. The generals and captains and chiefs and the Asars, all former family members in your bloodline, literally. None of them are asking you to bow down and be in fear of them and worship them and sacrifice goats and lambs. None of them are asking for that if they're righteous gods. Verse 16 states, and yet, O man of the earth, and you angels of the heavens of the earth, do not be puffed up or make light of the gods or lords or saviors or chiefs of heaven. For compared to them, you are only like a drop of water is compared to the ocean. It's so many gods and lords and saviors who've been doing this hundreds of thousands of years. Billions of gods, billions of lords and saviors been doing this. Don't act so puffed up that you think you know something. You ain't nothing but like a drop of water in the ocean compared to all the creator's sons and daughters in the cosmos. It's other planets with atmospheres and heavens and kingdoms on them, just like us. Countless. Verse 17, as a man among you employs 1,000 men to do his bidding, so do I, your God, have billions of angels to speak in my name. Do not puff up my words. I'm sorry, do not put off my words, saying it's only your conscience speaking. Mm-mm. Woo, if you understood what your conscience really was, or I should say who or what your conscience really is. What the big brother say? Big brother said, do not put off my words, saying it's just your conscience. It's just something in the back of my mind telling me to serve this person, to help this person. Nah, man. Understand this shit. My angels speak to you in spirit. Yeah. With my very voice and my words, which are Jehovah's also. Look, man, that's so fire, cuz don't think that it's just your conscience speaking to you. It's not just your conscience. Your conscience, according, and I would go to that part in Owaspi. I don't know exactly what the verse is, but men in darkness, they say that it's their conscience. Men in the light, women who are good, know that the conscience is really the creator speaking to your soul from all sides. Your conscience is the creator's voice. You could prove it because it's never been wrong. When you hear that voice, quote unquote, your conscience in your heart telling you to do this or do that, it's never wrong. And when you go against it, you be like, damn it, man, I should have listened to my. You see what I'm saying? So Big Brother knew that already. The God knew all that. He said, don't put my words off saying it's just your conscience speaking. It's not. It's my angels who speak to you in spirit with my very voice and my words, the words I said and the voice I use, and which is Jehovah's also. According to the capacities and talents of those mortals who practice my commandments, so do I appropriate them to what? Assist in the resurrection? Hold on. Since when does an angel want or need or want to appropriate a mortal to assist in any type of anything? But according to the capacities and talents of these mortals who practice my commandments, so do I appropriate them to assist. We got to assist in the resurrection. We get to help the true God as mortals. That's so tight. Don't think that your work is minimal or minuscule or like what you're doing ain't hitting. Trust me. The angels need our help, and they're appropriating us to assist them in the resurrection of our family, our friends, mortals and angels. Don't think it's just your conscience. It's not. All right, verse 20, 420. Uh-oh, I need to roll up something. It's verse 420. Shoot, I'm about to roll me some. 934. All right, in the same way, let me go back up a little bit. Let me go back, yeah. According to the capacities and talents of those mortals who practice my commandments, so do I appropriate them to assist in the resurrections. And in the same way, I allot my ashars, who are guardian angels, to abide with you. What? So hold on, wait. I'm gonna help in the resurrection, okay? And then God is gonna send guardian angels to abide with me. Like what kind of guardian angels? What you talking about? To the musician, I'm gonna send angel musicians. What? Wait, how long these angels been playing on their instruments? How long this nigga been playing guitar, piano, or bass? These angel musicians that you send in, that you're allotting to abide with us. You said, if you're a musician, well, I'm gonna send you a musician angel. If you're a philosopher, then I'm gonna send you angel philosophers. To the historian, angel historians. What? How long they've been studying history? These angels been dead. How long? To the cosmographer, angel cosmographers. To the revelator, angel revelators. We got a whole squad. Don't think that you You just got a little light talent and you just, no, man. The Creator sees your talents and he's sending you help to inspire you to continue to grow in that talent. If you're a historian, you love history, right? Guess what? It's some angels that have passed on who loved history when they was mortals and still mastered the timeline, the Arekna Umbungala. You feel what I'm saying? The timetables of prophecies and no history. And the Creator, the true God, gonna send the angels who love history to teach you history. That's what is going on. Ain't that dope to know? When you praying to the Creator, oh, I really want to get good on guitar. Oh, I really want to be a great painter. Oh, I really want to get better at singing or dancing or whatever it is you do. And unbeknownst to you, the true God at his disposal got billions of musician angels just ready to come teach you how to play this C chord. Ready to show you the history, the timelines of prophecy. These is our guardian angels. They was our ancestors. Prior to us, it was them. All right. So let's see. Even so, to all men who seek to serve Jehovah by doing what? Type it in the chat. We seek to serve Jehovah by doing good. You want to be the best? You want to get better? Do good. And the Creator will send you all the assistance and inspiration, first of all, directly from himself, but then also through your ashars, your guardian angels. All right, verse 21. And these my ashars, which I place over you, they're there now, by the way. If y'all look around you, there's ashars around you right now. But they're not individual angels, merely acting and speaking their own notions, but they are organized companies of, if y'all don't read this word, what that word say? Billions. It ain't just one guardian angel coming to your aid to show you the light you're trying to learn. No. And it ain't just one person talking about what he think he know, his own notions. No. We got an organic body of faith that's organized companies of billions of angels who labor through a chief angel called Lord. And all of them are in accord or in concord with me, the true God, and my kingdoms, directed by my holy council of millions of angels high in wisdom. We ain't read nothing evil yet. What these millie mouth Negroes talking about? Oh, Osby is evil. We ain't read nothing evil yet. Salute to my brother FGK Capone in the building. I've been rocking for an hour and 48 minutes. I'm about to jump up out of here in a little bit. Salute to my brother coming through, spinning the vortex in the chat. You already know what it is. The Book of Jehovah, Symmetry, son. Heard the world begun. Hey, we already know what it is. We got major production squad on the Creative Gang team pumping out music. We the only ones that know. We got angel musicians that come in the millions to get us to pump this light out. You dig what I'm talking about, man? Look, we ain't playing, bro. Look, let me keep reading. And these my ashars, which I place over you, are not individual angels, merely acting and speaking their own notions, but are organized companies of billions who labor through a chief angel called Lord. And all of them are in concord with me and my kingdoms, directed by my holy council of millions of angels high in wisdom. Not fool-ass niggas. Excuse my language. I'm acting a fool. Not fools, but angels high in wisdom, which are directed by me, your God, even as I am one with other gods who are one with Jehovah. It's all one. It's all in the family. What my angels do in truth and wisdom, for righteousness' sake, these I ratify in heaven, that what I do, my angels do, and reveal to you in my name. Book of Eskra, chapter 5. The Lord said, this is the labor of God after the dawn of the Ark of Bond. God crowned 4,400 lords. So this is what he did. Let me slow down. This is the labor of God after the dawn of the Ark of Bond. So this is what he labored to do. God crowned 4,400 lords, entitled them lords of the heavenly hosts. And God allotted 100 messengers of 50 heralds to every one of them. And he gave them authority to provide their own attendants in their own ways. God says, so that I may hear the voices of my lords. When you are within your kingdoms, you shall appoint representatives to my throne. And there shall be of such representative lords one for every 400 lords of hosts. And the representative lords shall be speakers for the kingdoms that appoint them, and shall have power on important occasions to summon to my throne all of their constituent lords. Excuse me. And the representative lord shall be known in heaven and entered into its libraries as the Holy 11, for they are symbolical of the seasons of the earth. Now, therefore, the lords of the host elected now, therefore, the lords of the host elected the Holy 11, and God anointed them, and their names were entered into the libraries of the heavens. These, then, are the Holy 11: Liker, Lakash, Yopis Leo, Bahuan, Achu, Zahwa, bless you, I'm Zahawi, Ezen, Khan, Zedna, Utamis, and Ardolphus. And God gave authority to the Holy 11 to speak before the throne in the same manner as the councils of the higher heavens. And God said to the lords of the hosts, your work is a good work. So the lords of the hosts departed to their various kingdoms, and the Holy 11 were duly installed and took their places in the front of the throne of God. So y'all see what God is doing. He's establishing system and order, jobs for the Ashars and the lords to elevate the mortals on the earth and the angels in those kingdoms. So God is establishing his kingdom, he's putting in place the means to raise up those mortals on the earth in the lower heavens at this time. So what did he do next? He appointed 2,000, chapter 6, Eskra, God appointed 2,000 surveyors to each of the Holy 11. So these Holy 11 now, they got surveyors under them, and 8,800 surveyors and 4,400 captains of roads. And he said to them, go and build what? Build roadways between all the heavenly kingdoms in Etheria. So he's setting up the kingdoms, setting up the roadways. This is being built in the atmosphere in the kingdoms right above us. And I give you 2 billion laborers, damn, to be divided between you according to the distance and locations of the roads. And God gave Toivraga authority to examine the roads and make the appointment of officers and laborers on the roads. And he established these things. God said, my heavens shall be divided into 11 parts, one to each of the Holy 11. And the 11 divisions were accomplished and named: Sinyativi, Horak, Demaya, Adam, Hosea, Harivia, Sensil, Amset, Gadesa, Itero, and Aroku. Demaya, Adama, and Hosea comprise all the lowest Hadan regions, bordering on the earth. Y'all see that? Damya, Dam, and Hosea comprise of all the lowest Hadan regions bordering on the earth. And these 3 divisions extended around the earth and were 12 miles high. Didn't I tell y'all that? I knew that was somewhere in here. The lowest divisions of the earth go from the ground 12 miles up. I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew I read that. So if you can measure 12 miles high, my nigga, or salute to the righteous gods and divine and goddess, if y'all can see that, that's the lowest heavens. All right. Sinyativi Senseo, Horak, and Amset comprise the next grade of heavenly kingdoms outward from the earth. So from 12 miles up, that's the next heavenly grade. And there were 1,000 miles high, more or less. See that? So from 12 miles up, and then from that 12 miles, 1,000 more miles up, more or less, is the next grade of heavenly kingdoms. Gadessa and Iteru were the next grade of heavenly kingdoms outward from the earth and were 2,000 miles high. Harivia was next and was outward from the earth 2,500 miles. And next after that was Aruku, which was 3,000 miles above the earth's crust. Aroku was therefore the highest atmospheric heaven in those days. These 5 heavenly spheres, therefore, comprised the whole earth of the inhabited heavens of the earth, and yet there were thousands of plateaus still further away from earth, and yet within her vortex, but uninhabited. So you got plateaus in the earth's vortex higher up than our Roku, but ain't nobody there. No kingdoms, just plateaus. As for Aroku and Harivia, they were inhabited mostly by angels of the highest atmospheric grades. You had to be a selfless, right, individual to get to this level. God said, from this time forward, all heavenly marriages of brides and bridegrooms with Jehovah shall take place in Harivia and Aroku, instead of, as before, in thousands of heavenly kingdoms. And all the sayings from this time forward shall be maintained within the first sphere of Hada, within the regions of Damya and Adama and Hosea. And as they rise in wisdom and strength, they shall advance in place as well as grade, going in the direction of Harvia and Aroku. Everybody's rising upward, from which all resurrections from the ethereal world shall take place. And God caused the boundaries of the Adama and Hosea to embrace the eastern continents of the earth. Okay. So this was right above the eastern continents. And Damanya embraced the western. To the lords of hosts, God said, the great love, to the Lord of hosts, God had said, the great love that mortals have for their kindred who are dead is like a cord forever pulling their souls back to earth. Nor do mortals understand my heavens, that the soul of a man should rise upward. Yeah, that's kind of deep right there. We be loving our grandparents and our brothers, people who pass away, but our love sometimes can keep them from rising up. That's deep. They cry out to me continually, oh God, send the spirit of my kin back to me. That's what we cry after the funeral. Let me bring him back. Don't go yet, you know. But they don't understand that their prayers are in opposition to the resurrection of spirits of the dead. And likewise, the newborn spirits cry out to me, oh God, take me back to my mortal kin. For he also does not comprehend the resurrection, but in the gratification of his love would linger forever on the earth. Therefore, do not permit mortals to continue with the spirits of the dead. And the Lord carried out the commandment of God. All right, y'all. This was a great lesson. I think I'm gonna kick it out for a second, man. I appreciate y'all coming through for a little bit. I'm gonna be back in here. You already know what it is, man. It's much love, light, peace, wisdom to everybody who came through. I hope y'all got some understanding and a little bit of encouragement to keep rising up higher, doing good works to each other, to yourself. Purify yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Rest and just stay good. Creator is ever present with everybody, continuing to inspire us directly to our souls, man. It's all a nothing for Creator, man. So let me knock this down. My folks just got back here, so I'm about to go. Hopefully they got some food. I'm starving. I love y'all so much, indeed, in the truth. 2 hours. That was a cool little run. Appreciate y'all kicking it with me. Drop a vortex in the chat if y'all got some understanding tonight. We got 2 people in the room. I love y'all, man. I'm about to go grab some food. Let me. Once again, man, all praises are uncreated. It's FGK, False Killers, One Love. So the Credit Gang. I'm gonna be back in here later on, man. Y'all know what it is. Your little brother Prince Judavon. Follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram, Prince Judavon. Salute to the 4 horsemen of the Creative Gang: Malachi Maccabee, Daryl Kosmon, Kosmon Cal, Anak Wakaiki, the Cloud Kicker, and Selah. All my big bros, man. I love y'all. Being the truth. Salute to the crib. Share the live out. You feel me? Tell people to come subscribe to the channel. I want to grow this channel out. I want it to be a benefit to everybody who come through, man. I love y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Prince Judavon Kosmon in the building. Come through. One love. Creator was undefeated, man. I'll be back on here in a few days. Peace. Let me do a cos. Everybody just take a deep breath, breathe it in. You know what I'm saying? Let that light in, man. Like, just know that the Creator was ever present with you and undefeated. It's your little brother, Prince Judavon Kosmon. I'm out.